KO the basic. We lit tonight. Y'all come through, man. Y'all know how we gonna show up and show out. See y'all all in the building.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Morning After Show. You got me, Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and the singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. OG, how you doing?
All right, I'm doing all right, man. How you feel, man?
Feeling good, feeling good. I'm gonna try to make you raise your voice tonight. I want to hear that voice crack, y'all. OG done lost his voice, man. Calling out the damn fights yesterday, man. He ready to get this thing going and get on out the way so he can go lay down, man. He working hard for the people yesterday, man.
Yes,
What a great day of fights, man. We gotta get straight into it because we got so much to talk about from Friday and Saturday. Let me see who we got in the building, and we're gonna get the show started for y'all. We ain't gonna wait. We getting straight to the action, man. I see 33 people in the building so far. Please hit the like button. And if you want to donate to the channel, we got both our cash apps scrolling across the bottom of the screen, or you can hit that super chat button for the hard work that we putting in. But shout out to Daryl Deloach, Mac of the South in the building, DP Rocker, Shot Town's Finest, what's up with you? I Karma 123, CB3 was good. We got Not Me in the building. We got Teach. What's good with it, Teach? Edmundo Gutierrez in the building. Mike Biggs Boxing in the building. Edgar Chavez. Mind of Mansa Musa LLC. What's up with it, bro? Change your name. Okay, I see you. He done got his LLC. I see you, bro. I see you. What's up, Crush? I see you in the building. Marquis. My beautiful wife, Miss Knockout, done rubbed the crust out of her eyes to say good morning. What's up, baby? Marquis in the building. What's up? Thrill Hill, I see you. What's good? And we got Dog 215 in the building, man. Salute to all y'all. Please hit the like button as you come in the building. 44 people in here. And make sure you drop a comment, too. Let us know you're here, man. Don't just watch from the background. I want to know you watching, man. Just Do Boxing. What up? 46 people in the building. Hit that like button. All right, OG. Let's run it down, man. We had a Showbox card, 2 DAZN cards. We got a lot to talk about, man. Let's start with the action from Friday, man. Let's start with that first fight from the Showbox card, man. It only lasted about a round and a half. We had the former football player Scobie versus the dude from Australia, Manu. Man, what you seen that fight? I saw you in the chat while I was watching it, but I know you was watching the fight too, man. What you got on that fight from the Showbox card, the first fight that opened up the night, man?
Well, I keep telling everyone, you play one sport and you turn around and decide that you want to be a boxer. It just don't work out. Boxing is one of those sports where you have to Start when you're young, just like gymnastics. Start when you're young, 8, 9 years old, something like that. But you can't play boxing. And the ex football player, he had to find out the hard way. You know.
Well, nah, no, not to cut
Um,
you out, but the ex football player was the one that knocked him
yeah,
out.
right. That's what I'm saying. I'm getting all these fights mixed up. That's right, Friday fights.
Yeah,
But yeah. So let me see. What was his name again? I'm sorry, everybody. I forgot. The name of the
it
fight.
was Scobie. It
Um,
was Scobie and Manu. Scobie was the former football player, the black dude, the dude with the muscle, and Manu was the dude from Australia, the
right,
South
right, right. Okay,
South
right,
part.
right, right.
Scobie
But
kept catching with them right hands and shit, and
right,
stopped his ass.
exactly. Okay, now it's coming back to me. Now, but first of all, listen.
Your mic. Oh, there you go.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay. Uh,
Yeah, you
uh,
good. Go ahead.
All right. The first thing I'll be trying to say, these guys that lift these weights and everything, okay, it look good and everything, but it takes a lot of stamina out of you. But for him to get him out of there, okay, yeah, that's a good thing that he did. It was a great thing that he did. But that fight didn't last too long, so I can't tell too much about it. But I'm gonna tell you this, knockout. If he goes, let's say maybe 2 more rounds, he might run out of gas. Cause I just
Mhm.
never agreed with this lifting weights things. I never did. With Anthony Joshua, even Barn Gardner, even her, she lift weights. And that what makes your gas tank go out a lot. But congratulations to him. And he was able to transition over from football to boxing, and many people can't do that. So I mean, shout out to him and young man from Australia. He tried to do his best, but his best just wasn't good enough. Sometimes people, just is not, especially Australia, the UK. A lot of them fighters come over here to learn how to box a different way, a different type of style, like Amir Khan. Uh, 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 um, what's his name? Anthony Joshua. A lot of
Yeah.
other, try to change up their style. So, but we'll get to Anthony Joshua later. I want to mention something about him, but that's all I have on that fight, really.
Yeah, it ain't really much to talk about in that fight, man. The only thing I'll say is Scobie, just kind of his athleticism just played a huge role in him being able to defeat Manu. He went
Uh,
real quick, and his quickness was the main thing that kind of led to him defeating him. He was too his angles was, and it was like by the time he threw a right hand, Manu couldn't even see it coming, didn't even know it was coming, and then bam, he was
uh,
already hit. And it showed that Scope is explosive and he is very dynamic. Now, like you, couple of questions. I want to see if the power, Boss Dog, what up? I want to see if Mr. Mechanical. I see you, Brian B. King, Falcon. What up with y'all, man? Hit the like button as you come in the building. But I
yes,
want to
sir.
see what he looked like in round 5, 6, and 7. Like you said,
Mhm,
we didn't get to see a lot because he knocked him out in the second round. Of course, he's
mhm,
still looking explosive in the second round. But when you lifting all them weights, you sacrificing your cardio. Now it makes you very strong, and some people have been able to do it and still have stamina. But for the most part, when you boxing, people that have that kind of bulky football player physique, they got to fight in spurts, and they gotta conserve energy because the energy goes fast. So, like you, I want to see him on the showbox card again. I want to see
mhm,
how he looks against somebody that can probably take his punches better or see them coming better, and then see if
mhm,
he can keep that same explosiveness, keep that same quickness round 6, round 7, round 8.
mhm.
And then that's when we know whether or not we have a real fighter. But fighting at 140 pounds, man, 140 pounds looking like a stacked ass division, man. It's looking
Yeah,
like a real stacked division. And I will say
no,
this about
definitely.
Kobe. He he got started late in boxing and he's picking that shit up quick. So if he does have stamina to go with that good timing, go with that natural good power that he got, he could be an issue moving forward. He's now 11-0 with 9
Mhm,
knockouts. So we'll see. I'm gonna be looking to see when his next fight is and how he progresses. Hopefully, whoever his manager and promoter is able to keep him active and keep him going. And that's really all I got to say about it, man. Good performance from him to open the card. We'll move it right along, y'all, since we got a lot.
Let me ask you something, Knockout. You mentioned something when
Mm-hmm.
you called that fight Friday night, and you was kind of spot on. I think along that same line. When you take a break, sit down on your stool, you never put your arms up on a rope. And
Yeah.
can you explain why that is once again, real fast?
Yeah, you don't put your arms up on the ropes for all y'all that don't know why I said that. A lot of y'all do, but you don't put your arms up on the ropes when you're sitting over on the stool because it stops the blood from circulating in your body. Your
Okay.
blood circulates in your body when your arms are straight down better. So when you put your arms up on the ropes, that's gonna stop blood from circulating to your arms, and that's how you get cramps. That's how people be unable to lift their arms, and you get tired quicker that way. You want to
Okay.
keep your blood circulating. That's why they tell you to keep your arms down on the stool, and you also should stretch your legs out too. Like you
That's what I was
should
gonna get to. Okay.
you should also sit with your legs stretched out for all the young fighters out there that maybe haven't been told that that's something that you need to do. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it is what it is. That's the
I,
reason you don't get tired, damn it, so you can last longer, man.
I was looking at Mikael Fox. He had his legs wide open and spread it out while you sitting on the stool.
Mhm.
That time he got robbed, and I was
Yeah.
wondering why he had the legs so wide open, sitting on the stool like he lost his best friend or something. But now I get why he had the legs wide open like that. So
Yep. You
okay, I
want to
just
you want to you want to keep everything like in the line so it can flow, so it can circulate.
hmm
It's like a water hose, y'all. Like you know how a water hose, when you water grass, you can squeeze the water hose and it'll stop the water from coming out. And then when you let it go, it'll shoot out. It's the same thing with your arms up like this. It's like squeezing the water hose. It's keeping your blood from flowing. But then if you got your arms down like this, it'll let the blood flow. So that's why you don't want to do that shit in boxing. I be seeing people, you supposed to be a professional. You got a
hmm
professional trainer over there, and they should be sitting up like this and all kind of. I don't understand it. That's one of the first things that they teach you. As a
hmm
trainer, something you supposed to know, but
right,
apparently a lot of people don't know. But
exactly.
let's go to Vasquez versus Lopez. This was the co-main event. It was a real good fight, a good scrap. On the showbox card, the two featherweights out of Mexico. Vasquez is out of Fort Worth. Obviously, he's of Mexican descent, but he's out of Fort Worth, Texas. And the other guy, Misael Lopez, was out of Mexico. They put on a good fight. It was a 10-rounder. It was a co-main event that night on the showbox card. What you got on that fight, OG?
Okay, we going back to man Friday fight, man, because I'm trying to remember all these fights on Friday, man. But that fight that was a co-main event fight, if I'm not
Yes, sir.
mistaken.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that was a great fight there. Now they both was letting their hands go, and this is what I say. The smaller weight classes, they not and what I would say from welterweight on up, they don't let their hands go as frequently as a smaller weight class. And when you fight a Mexican fighter, he's gonna come in there and give it all he got. He don't want to step back and he come straight, step back. He want to come straight forward, and he want to sit there and throw with you. You ain't not gonna see a lot of lateral movement. Now you might see that from maybe a fighter like Leo Santa Cruz or someone like that, but a true Mexican fighter is gonna stand there and bang with you, and we're gonna talk about that later on another fighter that did that last night, yesterday morning. But that fight, Vasquez. I can't remember too much about that fight. Friday fight just too
Yeah,
much for me, right? I can't
yeah.
remember too much on that fight either. So that's all I got on that, man. It was
I
just
got you. Vasquez, he replied his educated pressure, man. He was able to land the cleaner shots, in my opinion. I think the knockdown that he got in the second round swayed it for him. Lopez was boxing good off the back foot. He was trying to be defensive. I just thought that he was allowing Vasquez to break the distance without making him pay enough. And Vasquez landed the shots that were popping Lopez's head back. And again, he just won by split decision. Without the knockdown, I think they probably would have ruled it a draw. I think the judges got it right mainly because of the clean punching and the knockdown from Vasquez. And shoot, I'm from Dallas, Texas. He from Fort Worth, Texas. So of course I'm happy with the decision. So I'm gonna say that they got it right. God damn it, I don't care what y'all try to tell me, man. So overall, it was a real good fight. It was a good co-main event. They went all 10 rounds and they let their hands go. So it was fun to watch. and it was fun to call. One little story real quick. One little story before we continue to fight. So Bob Arum tries to insult everybody's intelligence, and I want to talk to y'all about this shit. Shout out to everybody in here. We got 85 people with 61 likes. Please hit the like button as you come in here. Quee, I see you. Bruce Gas, I see you. The Brotherhood Sports, I see all y'all. Salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through. Please hit the like button. So Bob Arum tries to insult all of us, and he's talking about the Teofimo Lopez Josh Taylor fight. And he's blaming the WBO as the reason that Josh Taylor ducked Jack Catterall. So he says once the WBO ruled that Josh Taylor had to fight Teofimo Lopez, we couldn't do a title fight with Catterall. The fact that you couldn't do a title fight, Josh Taylor and Catterall, meant that the value of the fight had diminished. So Jack should take another fight, and I'm sure the winner of Taylor and Teofimo will be happy to agree to fight Catterall next. That seems like the logical thing to do. I know Catterall wants to fight for the title, so that's what I would propose to him. They do another fight with his promoter, Boxer, and we would agree, Taylor and Teofimo, that the winner of that fight will fight Catterall. OG, what you got on that, man? What you got on? What you got on Taylor and Teofimo and Josh Taylor effectively ducking Jack Catterall to fight Teofimo Lopez?
First of all, Josh said he don't want to fight Catterall. He don't want to take that risk again. He don't want to take that risk of losing. He pretty much lost the first fight. Let's just say that, and he dropped all the belts except for one, the WBO, and Catterall's a threat. Catterall's a threat. And Teofimo Lopez, he's not that great, especially in a deep division as 140. And of course, you got Regis Prograde down there, and Josh Taylor is going to beat Teo because that little semi-shoulder roll he does, that's not going to work against a Josh Taylor. And he's going to have to go over there and fight anyway because Josh Taylor can't come over here and fight right now. Yes, that was a duck that did duck Catterall, but Bob just think we stupid. He think we just, was born yesterday, but we wasn't. It's no way that the winner of neither one of them is going to fight Catterall. So they're going to sit there and pretty much do that political thing and sit there and fight somebody else in the same division or in the same stable. I don't know. But one thing about it is Catterall is a threat to the 140 division, especially through Josh Taylor and Teofimo Lopez. Now, I will say this. I was optimistic, if I may say that he was planning on fighting Josh Taylor. But I said, hey, they're not gonna get Josh Taylor. Come on, Teo, you just got there, dude. But hey, Bob made it happen. And Bob must really like Teofimo Lopez because he made that fight happen. He made it happen like that. And I didn't think it was going to happen. And I didn't think it was going to happen that fast, but it did. So respect to that. But listen, somebody please. And I've been saying this for 3 damn years. Not 3 years, but maybe 2 or a year and a half. Someone please tell the Lopez's that they didn't go undisputed. All right, please.
Okay. That's how they gonna sell it too. Undisputed versus undisputed.
I know. I mean, that really irks me. I don't know why that bothers me. I don't know these guys. I really don't. But when I know the truth, and don't that bother y'all? I mean, it really bothers the shit out of me, right? And knowing that they're lying, and knowing that the history books already dictate that they're not, but they still don't believe it because they believe Mauricio. But yeah, that Catterall's a threat. Catterall's a threat, and Bob is blowing smoke up our asses and his, and so they're not going to fight. Teo and Taylor, yeah, they're going to fight, but Catterall is going to be hanging by out there by himself, just like Spence did, and don't have a dance partner, so he's going to have to go find one. So that's how I look at it.
Number one, Bob acting like the WBO can order him to do shit. That's funny. That made me laugh a little bit when I read it. Like the shit literally stand for, and we all know it's whatever Bob orders. So to act like the WBO is the one like, hey, they ordered him to fight. So, I know he'll fight Jack, but they ordered him to fight Teofimo. They ordered him to fight Teofimo because you told him to, bro.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Like, don't sit up here like let them casual ass fans and fanboys and all them people that act like they know what's going on, but then act like they don't and shit. Tell them that bullshit. Don't tell me that shit because I'm not falling for that shit. The WBO don't do shit that Bob don't want them to do. If Bob want them to strip your ass is getting stripped. If Bob want them to order something, that shit getting ordered. I'm not trying to hear nothing. So as soon as he acted like they had no choice and that the sanctioning body was just like, hey man, you got to fight this and we gonna make you do it. And him to act like he had no power or no say over that, that's some bullshit. Miss me with that. I'm not falling for that. And then Jack Catterall and Josh Taylor, right? So let me get this straight. When they were supposed to fight the first time, Josh Taylor had a quote unquote injury and he had to push the fight back. The second time, after Jack Catterall, a lot of people feel like put hands on Josh Taylor, hurt him, put him down. Josh Taylor got deducted points and he outboxed Josh Taylor that whole goddamn fight. I don't care what y'all tell me, right? And so after he gave him the toughest fight and the only whooping he ever had in his career, the man claimed a foot injury and that the fight had to be postponed. Well, right after they said his foot was injured, I remember watching him and Jack Catterall at the Chris Eubanks Jr. and Liam Smith fight. It's still up. He got up on that same bad foot and walked directly to Jack Catterall like nothing was wrong with him, trying to fight him in the street and shit.
Yep.
Okay, so you got that shit. You got that shit that happened. Then after all of that, you injured. You don't postpone the fight. You don't reschedule the fight to get a man a shot at the belts that he really beat your ass for. He really did beat your ass for real. You don't do that. You don't do that. Instead, you fight Teofimo Lopez, and a lot of y'all is cool with that. And whoever cool with that, you the problem with boxing. You are the main problem, and you are part of the people that I be talking about when I say some of you fight fans get on my damn nerves. You don't have not a competitive bone in your body. I could tell you ain't never competed at shit because you just okay with somebody not getting they get back, and the politics, the play. Hey, we're gonna order Teofimo number one because we think it's a bigger fight and it's gonna make us at Top Rank more money. So we're gonna have him order Teofimo and Jack Catterall. You can just kick rocks. But y'all are cool. Y'all cool with this in-house shit though, right? This in-house shit is cool with you. But let PBC make an in-house fight. There's a big fight. They ducking everybody, but Josh Taylor can pull all the way out of motherfucking fight. He can pull all the way out of a signed fight and be like, yo, I'm hurt. My foot hurt. I got plantar fasciitis. My foot hurt. And then be walking on that hoe, trying to fight on that hoe, and still fight somebody else. And some of y'all will make excuses for it.
Yeah, because he said he couldn't even walk.
He was walking like a motherfucker. He walked straight to that shit, bro. Yeah. He walked straight to that fight, like, yeah, man, what's up? I'm here. I'm here, bro. And then they gonna try to lie to us and shit. Hey man, WBO order, man. He was gonna fight Jack. He was gonna fight Jack. He was willing to fight Jack, but hey man, the WBO, they said that Teofimo, he had to fight Teofimo Lopez. Oh, all right. Cool. No problem. Whatever y'all say, bro. You made them do that shit. And somebody explained to me, and here's the question: how you know it's a duck and it's a bullshit move? Somebody explained to me, how the hell did Teofimo Lopez become number one in the WBO?
See, here we go again. Right. Here we go again. Same with Keith Thurman. How the hell listen, Bob Aaron and the WBO are besties. He helped design that belt, to be exact. So they are like, they in it to win it, baby. They are besties right now. So whatever Bob wants, Bob gonna get with the WBO. So right now, he believes that Teofimo Lopez, he's a star in his own right. In other words, he's a star off the books, and now he figured that, okay, Josh Taylor, he's a star over there. So we're going to put a fight together over there. And we know that they are diehard boxing fans. So it's a political bullshit move. That's what it is. It's a professional bullshit move. That's what it is.
Like how he jump over Jose Ramirez? How he jump over Arnold Barboza? How is he over Jack Catterall, bro? Like what did Teofimo do at 140, bro? Like how he get this shot? I'm just asking, bro. How he get this shot? Then check it, right? They don't even have They don't even have guys like Gary Antoine Russell in their rankings. They don't even, he ain't even in the rankings at all.
Right.
You can't find him nowhere in their rankings whatsoever, bro. But you want me to believe like how he getting the title shot at 140 before Richardson Hitchens, bro? Like what's going on, bro? Like what do they be doing, man? Like I don't the man got 2 fights at 140. He looked horrible against a no-name dude from Mexico that he finally got
Right.
out of there. And then Sandor Martin outboxed him for real, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, come on, dog. I'm not trying to hear this shit. And y'all want me to believe this man ain't ducking Jack Catterall. Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Josh Taylor and Bob Arum, because we know Bob Arum loves to promote people that look like Josh Taylor, Tyson Fury, Vasily Lomachenko. They believe that they selling Teofimo ass, bro. They selling his ass like a hooker on the street. They are selling him to Josh Taylor because they believe he an easier fight for Josh Taylor. And they don't want Devin Haney to get that name first. They don't want one. They know Tiger Johnson, Keyshawn Davis, fucking Abdullah Mason, Shakur Stevenson.
Wow.
They don't want them to get that name first. They want that scalp to go to Josh Taylor.
Yeah.
And it's going to diminish their victory if Devin get him next. So they like, nah, we got to hurry up because he looking bad. His daddy ain't shit. Let's go ahead and feed him to Josh Taylor while he still got a little bit of a name. And Teofimo and his daddy, they too stupid to realize that shit, man.
Yeah.
They too stupid to realize, hey, bro, they really just selling you. Like, they don't believe you can beat Josh Taylor. They see how garbage you've been looking at 140, and they like, man, we finna feed you to Josh Taylor, make a little money, little in-house money, put the fight in New York. That would because Josh Taylor, them dudes from Ireland and Scotland and shit, they gonna come right there from Europe, and they gonna be right there on the East Coast in New York, and then Teofimo is from New York. Watch what I tell you, they gonna put that shit in New York just to make some bread off of Teofimo, and they gonna sell his ass to Josh Taylor, man. Watch what I tell y'all, bro. Shout out to my brother G5 Gabe with the $5 in the super chat. He said, salute my bro KO. What up, bro? OG KC in the chat, fam. Talk that shit this morning. Wow.
Yes,
shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you. We got 123 people in the building. If you can't get like G5, I understand. I understand if you can't get like G5. I appreciate the love, my brother. But you can at least get like the other 86 people, and you can hit my like button. Let's see if we can get the likes to 100 real quick, bro. Yeah. I got 86 likes, 123 people in here. Y'all hit the like button, man. Headbutt the like button. Hit the like button with an elbow. Rabbit punch that mug. You know what I'm saying? Kick it, knee it. Do what you got to do. But maybe y'all just forgot. Please hit the like button and get the likes all the way up. OG, what else you got on there, man?
No, not much. I was just going to say that showbox card, I was in and out folding up clothes that night. So that's why I didn't get a chance to see the full fights, and that's why I'm forgetting. So y'all forgive me for that. All right. I just thought I'd say that. So, but that's all right.
It's all good. We know you tired, man. Hey, we know you tired. We appreciate you for being here, man. We gonna get through it today.
I sound like a girl when I went there.
Hey, if you fall asleep, I will clap real loud. If you fall asleep, I'm gonna clap real loud. Wake your ass up, man. You good, man.
I ain't that yet.
You good, bro. What's up, OG Chris Shaver? I see you, bro. Tony T, what up? Hey, all right, so let's get to the main event now. Tell me you remember this one. A Drill Holmes, right? A Drill Holmes.
I remember that one.
All right, talk about that, man. I gotta give OG. Hey, man, he was wearing this, and then he had this on. And remember, he had a goatee. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give him descriptions and shit sometimes, man. Y'all bear with us, man. We getting it going.
See, when I call fights, I don't really look at them. I'm trying to look at the punches and landing. And then I have to go back and watch the fight. Like, for my private self, But Holmes, tall, lanky, have a reach, southpaw stance, perfect fighter, a great fighter, and he was landing big punches. Now, Holmes looked like his gas tank was running out a little bit, but he came back like he got a second wind. Now, one thing about Holmes is he was pinpoint on his punches. I'm talking about straight down the pipe with the left hand. But the thing about it was he was getting countered. He was leaving his hand out there too long for my liking. You know, a lot of fighters do that, and they throw. I don't care if southpaw or conventional or orthodox. All right, you throw a right hand or a left hand, you don't linger it out there. Bring it right back and get ready for that punch. You know, so I'm not mad at that. You know, but what's going on? Quick, yes, sir. But anyway, you want to get that super chat? You know?
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay,
I'm gonna catch you.
okay,
I'm gonna catch you when it's my
okay.
turn to talk. You
Yeah.
got it.
So Holmes, he looked good, and Holmes, his opponent, he finally caught him with one because he was throwing that punch all night trying to land him, trying to land it. But I mean, they end up going on the distance, you know. But still, in all, he just started willing on him. His opponent was doing well. Matter of fact, he was bagging up the bigger guy. He was bagging up the bigger guy. But then here come Holmes. Holmes coming straight, start throwing and start letting his hands go. Now remember, you all, I was saying that hey, this fight got to pick up. Somebody got to take control of this fight, and that's when it started picking up. And that's when they started taking control of the fight. And I'm talking about Holmes. He started taking control of the fight. And then his opponent, what was his opponent name? I forgot. But anyway,
Villarreal.
yeah,
Ishmael Villarreal.
yeah, Villarreal. Now, Villarreal, now, he started off great. You know, he started off great. I mean, you know, I really thought he was going to really get out there and, you know, showboat. You know, but Villarreal, what he did was he should have did it all night. But Villarreal, what he did was he got roughhousing. He kept roughhousing for round 1, 2, 3, 4. But there go Holmes. Holmes kept circling out of that corner. Villarreal kept putting him in that corner, kept bagging him up and put him in the turnbuckle. But what did Holmes do? He used that boxing IQ. You jab your way out, or you can clinch your way out. But he got out of there, and that's what Villarreal's problem was. He pretty much came out of there, and then Villarreal he stayed on him. He stayed on him, but see all that roughhousing, KO, all that roughhousing, man, oh man, it took a lot of wind out of him. You know, it took a lot of wind out of him. You know, so Villarreal started slowing down, and then Holmes saw that, and I think
Mhm.
Holmes' corner. See, I have the TV. I can't turn it up, so I think his corner told him. I might be wrong, but I think his corner say, "Look, man, you have to let your hands go. You're gonna have to let your hands go to take over this fight." And you know what? He came out there. He started throwing in combinations. And that's what you need to do. One punch at a time, every 2 seconds, 3 seconds, not going to get it. So
Yeah.
he started timing them, and he started throwing that left with combinations. And man,
Mhm.
Villarreal, man, he started looking slower, and slower. And Villarreal started as the round was going on. You know, he started off good, good, bad, worse. That's how, you know, and then he came up short at the end. So,
Yeah.
good fight for Holmes. He figured it out. He knew he had to throw some punches. And you know what? And I'm gonna say this real fast. I
Go
think he was,
ahead.
I think he was kind of weary because he saw Villarreal being roughhousing, being rough. He saw his physique, you know, and I think he's looking at like, okay, well, you know what, I'm gonna play it safe and I'm gonna stay on the outside and and throw my jab, which he was doing a pretty good job, but when you tall and race like that, you're supposed to fight on the outside, and when you talk now, a lot of tall fighters can fight on the inside, but still, he did the right thing. But Villarreal, man. Matter of fact, I think one of his friends was in your chat, and he said, "That's my friend, that Villarreal, and I'm pulling for him." I said, "Okay, well, good luck."
Mhm.
Well, yeah, but but he disappointed his friend and me, because I thought he really, really, really was going to jump on him, but it didn't. So, but, let's say the last round, Villarreal did a great job, but he should have been doing that the whole fight.
Yeah.
And that,
Yeah.
and that and that what really messed him up. Age money, what's going on? All right. So that's all I had. That's all I have on that, man.
Man, I couldn't help. So from Villarreal's standpoint, I couldn't help but watch that fight. and be
Uh,
disappointed because he looked nothing like what he looked like on film, bro. Like he was falling over his feet. Looked like the moment might have got to him. He was falling over his feet. His damn punch, his punch technique looked horrible. He looked like a brawler more than the educated pressure and the way he sit down on his punches on film. It was disappointing to watch. I think the moment got to him, he got over anxious, and
yep.
left himself wide open a lot. And for a Drill Holmes, he just needs to fight more, bro. That's his second fight in 3 years. He didn't fight since 2019. Then he fought one time in like March of 2021, and then now he fought again in February of 2022. Whoever his manager is, whoever is moving his career, um they need to keep him active, man, because he got some real talent. He got some real talent, and he got length, like you said. He's very tall for that division. He just he has to get it done though, bro. He has to be more active because that's why I think he got tired. Like when you said he got tired and you said he
Uh-huh.
looked like he might have got gas, I think it's just inactivity. And real quick, shout out to Quick with that $5 in super chat. She says hashtag support 100. Appreciate the love in the super chat. And so that's my thing with it, man. That's my biggest my biggest takeaway was a Drill Holmes got all the skills in the world. He got underrated power. He sits down on his shots well. I did like that. He hit hard enough to where Villarreal didn't just throw caution to the wind and run to him and walk to him. So he throwing some shit to make you think. They straight, they crisp, and I like the way he sit down on that right hook to the body. He's a very good boxer with good movement. He can be elusive in there. He uses his range and distance well. But the thing for him is going to be being active moving forward. Like you can't fight right now in February and then we don't see you again until 2024. They gotta
Mhm.
find a way to get him
Right.
get him active. 512. What up, Brian? See you in a minute. Salute to you, dog.
And not I'm in
Yeah.
disrespect to the channel, but Dr. Wong, you want an egg roll in your ass?
I timed him out. I
Yeah.
deleted him, bro. I got
Oh,
him
okay.
out of here.
Oh, okay. I thought.
You gotta go make another account. I already blocked him.
Oh, okay.
You can see it. You can see it because you're on StreamYard, but you can't
Oh,
see it
okay.
no more on YouTube, man.
Mm-mm.
Unless you a mod, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going what? Do we want
You want an
man,
egg roll
you
up his
want an
ass?
egg roll? Damn, that's crazy. But yeah, man, Drill Holmes boxed well. He clearly won. They tried to rob his ass. I don't know how they got a split decision for him. I don't know if you heard
You
that
know
shit,
what?
but
Yes. Yes.
yeah, they tried to rob his ass. They gave one of the judges gave the fight to Villarreal. I'm like, huh? Nah,
Yes.
bro. And I wanted Villarreal to win, but shit, nah, that shit didn't happen. I don't know what y'all looking at. I don't know how you saw it. I don't know where you saw it, but nah, bro. Holmes clearly won that fight. So let
You
me
know what?
stop down.
Knock out.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I gotta catch a
No,
super
real,
chat, but
real
go ahead.
fast. You know why? Because a lot of people. Well, I'm not saying a lot of people. Some judges they like the aggressor. They like the rough house, and some judges, So that's
Mhm.
what he might have had one of the judges that really liked the guy that makes the fight. So, but that's probably what it was, or they just try to rob him. So.
Curtis Sewell, what up, bro? I see you. Ratchet since 91. What's good? Bunton, South D Town, what up, bro? God Body, what up? Shout out to Robert Singleton in that super chat with the $5. He say, salute homie KO and OG KQKC. Salute to you, bro. He says that Lara KO was vicious, and I wouldn't mind seeing Nery versus MJ. That's a damn good fight. We're gonna talk about the Lara KO in a minute. And then he says, can't wait to see my guy Matias versus Ponce. That's a bar fight. Yeah, bro, this might be bad to say, and I'll get KQ's thoughts on it. But you just made me think of something, Robert. I'm low key kind of glad. I don't want to say glad because I don't want to mess nobody's pocket up. So let me just say I'm not upset that the Adrian Broner fight got postponed and pushed back because now I can give all of my attention to the Ponce and Matias fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd have to watch the Adrian Broner fight too and be going back and forth between them since they coming on at the same time. I'm low key kind of excited that I just get to watch Matias versus Ponce for the IBF 140-pound title. I think that's a much more competitive fight. I think it's a better fight, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, bro. Like I wasn't interested in Adrian Broner versus Michael Williams Jr., but I would have had to watch it so I could cover it for y'all, and that would have made me have to have two TVs on at once. And I'm glad that I ain't got to do that no more. Shout out to G5 Gay with the $5 in super chat. Says Dr. Wayne mad because he smelled like mothballs and raccoon sex. Damn. Get your Oscar Della spatula booty pal looking ass out of here. Damn. Damn, y'all going in on Dr. Wayne, man. You know, he just, I'm gonna make him real mad though, KQ, because this is a story I wanna talk about. Shout out to Shout out to 78 Sports TV. He did a great interview with Deontay Wilder. We got some quotes from it. Y'all go check out the interview that 78 Sports TV did with Deontay Wilder. And it was a lot of rumors going around talking about Deontay Wilder's leaving the PBC,
Right.
and all of that stuff. And they addressed that on that interview that he did with 78 Sports TV. And so I want to read some quotes from it for y'all, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Then we'll continue to the fights on Saturday. So this is what Wilder told 78 Sports. He says, "No bad blood. I'm still part of PBC. I'm just an open agent, open fighter. I want to fight on all types of platforms. I'm willing to work with anyone. I have no problem with the PBC. We're still thriving. We're still working together as far as I know of. Me and Al Heyman still communicate. There is no bad blood. We are working on a number of things, and I shall return real soon. It has just been an ongoing thing dealing with the business of boxing. We have been traveling to all different places because I want to know what is going on and where it is going to take place. Once we get everything together, we're going to make an announcement, and it's going to be amazing." What you got on that, OG? Basically, I'm sure you heard people trying to act like Deontay Wilder was shitting on the PBC. He didn't want to be there anymore, and he came on 78 Sports TV and set the record straight. What you got on that, man? Just everything he had to say about that situation.
Well, he's right. Because I had talked to 78 a while back on this, and he said, "Now Wilder's not going anywhere, but Wilder, yes, of course, every fighter, every employee, sometimes has some issues with how things are run or what they want, and of course, this is how it is, and he had to deal with it. But Deontay Wilder, no, he didn't. No, he wasn't happy, but he's not going anywhere. That was that was actually the phrase. Hey, he said, "I'm not going nowhere. Al Heyman been good to me," and same way Steve Fulton, everybody, and this myth that Al Heyman is robbing you and robbing you blind and stuff. Look, you cannot blame Al Heyman for everything. You can't blame the suits for everything. I hear about Adrian Broner. They won't let him fight. They trying to block Adrian Broner. No, ain't nobody trying to block Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner brings things on himself. Now, of course, Michael Williams, he broke his own jaw. I mean, he got his jaw broke. That ain't got nothing to do with Al Heyman. Now, Al Heyman's a billionaire. What do we care about Adrian Broner? You just can't blame everything on the networks and the suits. The networks has an obligation. They have an obligation to the public. They have an obligation to the network. So therefore, Al Heyman, he had an obligation to his partners. So therefore, Deontay Wilder did the right thing. He want to be a promotional free agent. That's what he want to do. But he still want to keep Al Heyman as an advisor. Because Al Heyman will show you the business of boxing. He will teach you the business of boxing. That's why Earl Spence is a promoter now. But that's why Terrence Crawford is not. And he couldn't handle it. And nothing against Terrence Crawford. I'm just saying. He just couldn't handle it. He don't like all that stuff. He just want to get paid and he good. But Earl thinks it will be bigger. He want to look at the bigger picture. He want to be a little more richer. So that's how he look at it. So
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Deontay Wilder because think about it. This is a man that was playing football. Now, next thing you know, now he's a millionaire over twice. So I ain't mad at him. And you know what? He want to go out there and explore and see what he's worth. And I don't blame him. I want to see how much I'm worth too. So hopefully Al Heyman give him that opportunity. So.
Yeah. And shout out to Stormy B Man with the $5 in the super chat. Says, "Good morning, gentlemen. I'm listening and enjoying the show. No lie for me today. So cook. Salute to you, Stormy. Appreciate you coming through.
All
And
right.
showing love in that super chat, man. Yeah, I agree with everything that you said. What I think is going up, excuse me, what I think is going on is them Tyson Fury fights, man. They were big, bro, and he got a lot of bread, especially from that third one. And then when he come back, the Hellenius fight, like like, okay, this is my tune up. I ain't taking as much money. This is a former sparring partner and shit like that. So
Right.
we gonna make it happen and get it cracking. But then when you fighting Ruiz and then now that paycheck still ain't what you wanted, what it looked to, then of course you're gonna be like, damn, bro, like why I'm taking I just gave you the best performance in my career, right?
Right.
I just gave you the best performance in my career, and then the two fights after that, my checks is smaller. Like I ain't think that, I ain't think that worked like that. But because of the business of boxing, you gotta have a dance partner. And obviously
Yeah.
Hellenius wasn't a big enough dance partner for you to get the type of check that you probably used to. And then now Andy Ruiz, for everything that he is, a good fighter, and he beat AJ and all that stuff, everything he is, probably the PBC don't think that's gonna sell as much as maybe Deontay Wilder and his team think it's gonna sell. So maybe they weren't willing to pay what Deontay Wilder was looking for. That's how I look at it. But so obviously when you're not getting what you think you worth, obviously you gonna look at it like, damn, bro, like, nah, I gotta maybe do something else. And so, as he said, I'm sure there's no bad blood with Al, and he's willing to work with him and continue to work with him on the PBC fighter. But he is looking for other shit that he can do to try to get the money that he's used to. That's why we hearing this shit about Ngannou and shit, trying
Mhm.
to see what's out there for him to make as much money as possible. So I think that's what it is, bro. It's the sales and shit. Cause we know Helene, like, keep it a buck, y'all. Like, we all Wilder fans and shit. He ain't my favorite fighter and shit. Like maybe some of the people in the building and some other content crazy shit like that. But we all Wilder fans. But let's keep it 100. Y'all know that Hellenius and Wilder shit didn't sell like that, bro.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know that shit ain't sell like that. So when they going off of that shit, they gonna be like, look, bro, like, all love and shit, but we can't pay you, 10, 15, $20 million and shit or whatever you looking for, and you coming off of, the numbers that you did with Hellenius. And he like, well, shit, like, that's what I'm used to making. I don't know what y'all talking about. Like, I need that Fury. I need that bag I got for Fury. So he going to try to get that bag that he got for Fury. And this is more proof for all you Al Heyman PBC haters and shit. This is more proof that Al Heyman is about his fighters going to get the bag.
Right.
Cause he's letting them do it with no problem. He ain't saying shit. He's letting them go get it. Go get your bag, bro. Just like Stephen Fulton,
Yeah.
he had an
Oh yeah.
in-house fight for Fulton and Figueroa, and he was like, "Nah, bro, you got to go fight anyway. That's way more money for you." So they reached out to Inoue and tried to get the fight done. And where he going to fight him? In Japan? Not because he, you know what I'm saying? Not because he ain't the A side, he ain't the champion. He going to fight him in Japan because them damn samurais is willing to put up way more money than we would put up in America for them to fight. Like him and Inoue, they selling that shit out in the biggest city in Japan, in Tokyo, wherever the hell they fight. They selling that shit out, and he gonna get a way bigger bag. If they fight here in America, let's keep it a buck, bro. They ain't gonna do the numbers that they gonna do in Japan, bro. They
Exactly.
not. So he battles people getting the bag, and I think that's what it is with Deontay Wilder, man. That money to fight Ruiz, what they offering, bro, it just ain't right. It just ain't right. And he deserve his money, but at the same time, you can't take your business under trying to pay him for a fight that probably ain't gonna sell what people think it's gonna sell, bro. And it just is what it is. That's what I got on it, OG. You got anything else on it?
Yeah. Well, like I said, you only good. You only good at your last fight. You only good at your last fight. And this is the problem that Crawford has and a lot of other fighters. Well, Wilder, he sells, but like you say, you gotta have the right dance partners to sell.
Mhm.
That last fight he lost with Fury, but it was almost, I mean, the fight of the year. I mean, it was a hell of a fight, and he got
Fact.
he got compensated for it. So and he's good. He's good. He don't have to do this. He don't have to fight. Now, what I hear, he's real good, if you know what I mean. No, so you
Yeah.
don't really have to do this, but this is what he want to do, and who am I or whoever. But if you want to go and step in that octagon beside that square circle, okay, go right ahead. Like Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs fought for the zone, but Al Heyman was still his advisor. So Al Heyman still gonna get a piece of his pie. So go ahead, do what you want. And that's one thing, like you say, I like too. Al Heyman, go ahead and explore. Go ahead and explore yourself.
Yeah.
But leave my 20% right here, okay? When you do. All right. But go ahead and see what you worked out there. You know.
Yeah, go check your worth. You got to do that shit. And I see where Wilder's coming from too, bro. It's like when you work on a job for like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years or 20 years, and
Mm-hmm.
you work your way up, you get used to making a certain amount of money. So then
Uh-huh.
let's say you end up getting let go of that from that job, they cut back or whatever, and you go looking for work, you gonna be like, damn, yeah, I need to make what I was making over here. And they're gonna be like, well, shit, now you gotta start from the bottom. You gotta start over. You gotta make this right here. You gonna be looking at like, nah, bro, I'm used to making this. I don't know what
Right.
y'all talking about, but I'm used to making this over here. And that's what I think Wilder is going for right now. Like, hold on, y'all trying to pay me what? But I just made this. But why you trying to pay me this over here? I just made that. And that's where exploring your own options and seeing what you can do to get what you
Mm.
feel like you worth comes in. And I agree with that, bro. I agree with that, man. But let's get to these fights, man. We gotta talk about yesterday, man. The main event during the afternoon fight, man. I gotta holler at you about Mauricio, Lara, and good old Leigh Wood, man. That was a
Alonso amazing. You correct. You correct, sir. Yes, he was.
Yeah, that fight was good, man. Talk about it, man. Oh, hey, Laura and Leigh Wood. That one was a good one, boy. That was a barn burner.
uh,
What you got on that fight, man?
yes, sir. We had that first fight, part one. All right, on the zone. Okay, that was the zone fight on the zone. Lee Woods versus on Laura. That was a great fight. Lee Woods came out looking real good. I mean, real good. He was landing his straight rights. He was landing his left hooks, and Laura was eating those. But Laura stood right there in the pocket and came back and ate him and came back with counter punches. He came back with another counter punch. Then, of course, Lee Woods came back with two counter punches, and he was throwing straight rights. Matter of fact, he had the crowd off their feet, baby. He was just coming in with the left and the right and going downstairs to the body. And he was looking good in the first 2, 3, 4 rounds. And then, of course, he got hit with a nice hard shot from Laura. And that kind of dazed him for a minute. And then, okay, he pretty much he stuck it out. He rolled it out and got the car wheels out. And then he got saved by the bell. Then, of course, they cornered to him, hey, look here. You're gonna have to pretty much let your hands go and get and fight on the inside. Because Laura trying to fight on the outside. I mean, Lee Woods was trying to fight on the outside,
Mm-hmm.
and and, and, and he was missing, getting countered. So he was trying to fight on the inside, and Laura, he was real good at fighting on the inside. Now, of course, Wood was very, very reckless on his defense. His defense wasn't tight like it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Sometimes he would drop that left hand, and that left hand was there all night. He would just linger it and try to pop the jab. And I always told everybody, I don't like when you throw a jab from your knee. I like when your jab is up high, But still, in all, Laura capitalized on that. And this is what I told you all before this happened. I told everyone in the chat, Woods need to stop standing in front of Laura. He's standing in front of him too long. He's trying to sit there and slug with him. That's a bad idea because Laura is one of them, like I say, one of them Mexican fighters that will not take a step back. Matter of fact, he would get in the second gear. And then Woods, he stood there, and next thing you know, he got hit with a shot, and that shot dazed him. Next thing you know, he got hit with a nice left hook, and that put him down. Matter of fact, that put him down for good. And that pretty much was it. But Laura stood there and he fought. Now Laura was looking bad for a while because he was
Mm-hmm.
getting hit with a lot of good shots, but he was eating them shots. And he did not look weary. He still had the same tank and everything, but he still was looking kind of weary. But of course, then here come Woods. Cause Woods was winning that fight.
He
We'll
was. He was
fight.
winning it. He winning that fight for sure.
Yeah. But see, this is what happened. This is boxing. This is why we love boxing. This is the sweet science, right?
Mhm.
Everybody, that's that old cliche. Everybody got a punching chance, and Laura had that punching chance, and he capitalized on it. And Lee Wood pretty much was out for the count, and that's how I seen it.
Did you agree with Ben Davison throwing in the towel in that moment? Because you know he got up.
Yeah, what?
Do you believe that Ben Davison should have threw in the towel? Because you know Lee Wood got up and Ben Davison threw in the towel.
Yeah. I saw Ben Davis doing the towel because the referee caught it. All right.
Yeah.
Look at Dr. Wong. He back in.
Nah, he made another account. He just got blocked again. You good?
uh,
But do you think that was a good call by the trainer to throw in the towel with 7 seconds left in the round? Should he have left Lee Wood? Should he have let Lee Wood try to make it out the round and then try to see if he could recover some in the corner and let the fight continue? Or do you think it was a good stoppage?
no. Yeah. Okay. Let me say this. Okay. And then I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah,
See, trainers, they see what we don't see sometimes because we watching on TV. But a trainer knows when a fighter is dazed, not there, don't even know what day of the week it is, and because of the eyes. Okay, your eyes is dazed, and your hands you putting them up before the referee say it. Things like that is an indication. But then again, let's give your fighter the benefit of the doubt. Let's give your fighter that heart. All right. Let's get him out that round. All right. Tell your fighter, listen, cover up. All right. Put your high guard on and shell up and get out the round. Then come back to the corner. Then we put some ice on you, and of course, to wake a fighter up and get him out of that posture. You put some ice down the trunks and wake them up like that. And they could have done that. But my answer to that question is I think it's a good stoppage because he saw something in Lee
hmm
Woods that wasn't right. But then again, he could have let him, man, wow. He could have let him finish the round because it was 10 seconds. And
yeah,
that 10 seconds, look, get on your bike, baby. Get on your bike and stay away. And then clench, hold. Like Adrian Broner, he's very good at holding. He's very good at wasting time. And that's what he should have done. All right.
yeah.
But so then again, I would say it was a bad stoppage. So
Yeah, I saw the fight. Like I thought Lee Wood was winning on the scorecards too, but I thought Laura was winning the fight. I thought Lee Wood was winning the boxing match. Like, don't get me. I thought he was up, but I thought Laura was winning the fight. And what I mean by that is that while Lee Wood was landing cleaner shots and
mhm.
winning rounds, Laura's every time he hit Lee Wood, it just looked like it affected him so much more. When he would hit him to the body, Lee Wood would he would crunch up. When he hit him to the face, his head was always popping back. He was cutting him up and bruising him up. And so I thought Laura just knew he could hurt him. And so he was willing to just wait for that shot and wait for that shot. And as a result, through the middle of the fight, he started losing rounds or whatever. But just like right at the end of every round, he would throw like 3 or 4 punches that would visibly like hurt Lee Wood and knock him back. It's like when he hit Laura, Laura would have to take a step back and he'd have to keep coming forward. But when Laura hit him, it was some different umph to them punches, bro. It
Yeah.
was a different, it was a different vibe. And then Lee Wood made the biggest mistake that you could make, bro. You don't be out there hooking with a hooker, bro. You don't be out there trying to throw a left hook with a hook artist, bro. Anybody that seen Laura fight know that his left hook is nasty, bro. You don't throw no left hook with him, and you damn sure don't throw no left hook and only got your hand. Go watch the replay, y'all. He threw the left hook. He was trying to hold the phone, but he held the phone back here, left his chin open, and Laura caught him with the left hook. His got there first, and Laura's actually turned his hips into his shit and turned his shit over and put Lee Wood ass to sleep. You know what I mean? And I just you can't take like Laura is one of them dudes. He ain't not. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying, y'all. I don't want nobody to go clip this shit and say I said that he's as good as Tank Davis. But Laura is one of those fighters to where if he's catching you clean in the first few rounds, like he was catching Lee Wood clean the first few rounds, he's proven at featherweight at least that it's only a matter of time, bro. It's only a matter of time. So if you see him catching somebody clean, he probably gonna end up stopping him later in the fight. And the fact that he hurt him in the second round and almost stopped him in the second round, I think that allowed him to be patient. That allowed him to pick his shots and look for the perfect shot, because he knew that he could hurt Leigh Wood, and he ended up hurting him badly in the 7th round. And the corner threw in the towel. Now, what I will say, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but what I, as an observer, and I don't know what I would do in this moment, but we can all play armchair psychiatrist and hindsight 2020, because now we know what happened. But I would just say somebody like Leigh Wood that I watched getting their ass whooped by Michael Conlon. I saw him get dropped in a similar fashion by Michael Conlon. And then I saw him get up, fight his way back, and knock Michael Conlon out the goddamn ring. I just saw him do that shit last fight.
Right.
So knowing that he did that before, and knowing that it's only 7 seconds left in the fight, me personally, I probably would have let him try to make it out and then be ready. And then you can always let him out, try to allow him to recover, try to pour the ice down his pants and put the ice on his head and pour the water on him. And then when he come out in the next round, you can always throw the towel in then. You can always throw the towel in at that point and get the fight, and get the fight stopped. But somebody like Leigh Wood that I saw come back from the brink and knock somebody out the ring, I'm giving him a chance to see if he can finish the fight. I'm giving him a chance to see if he can work his way back into the fight. At least one, especially with 7 seconds. Now, if it's a minute left in the round and he was hurt that bad, then yeah, you throw in the towel. But it was like 7 seconds left in the round. So I'm giving him a shot, bro. I'm not criticizing Ben Davison, because like you said, OG, he know his fighter. Maybe he saw something that we didn't see and he thought he was out on his feet and he didn't want to take any more damage. But just me, knowing what I've seen from him when he was hurt like that before, knowing what I've seen him do in that situation, it's kind of like the Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford thing, right? Like, I'm giving you a chance because I've seen what you can do. Like, I've seen if you Sean Porter, you ain't never been stopped before. I seen you pounding the ground like you want to continue to fight. So knowing that, I'm going to let you continue to fight. If you Leigh Wood, bro, you just put on a fight of the year, knockout of the year performance when a dude like Mike Conlon caught him the same way with a left hook, and he fell the exact same way. Fell down, his head hit the canvas hard than a motherfucker. And it was like 2 minutes left in the round. He survived that shit. He fought back, and he ended up knocking Michael Conlon ass all the way out the ring.
Yeah.
He fell the same way against Lara, except it's only 7 seconds left. I'm letting them try. I'm letting them try to see what he can do, man. That's just my take on it. Could be wrong. I could. That's probably why I ain't a trainer. Maybe my dudes would leave me because I'd be getting their ass whooping. I wouldn't want to stop the fight. I don't know. But that's my take on that. What I would have did, man. OG, you got anything else on that, man?
No. Like I say, Ben, he knows his fighters, and but yeah, you got a point. Let him live to fight another round. We was in the later rounds and championship rounds, and he couldn't have finished it. And who knows? He might have came and pulled out a win. He was winning, and maybe like I say, get on that lateral movement and hold lateral movement, hold lateral movement, hold. And that's how I see it. So, all right, that's all I got.
All right. So after the fight, is a bit of controversy after the fight.
Yes, it was.
Mauricio Lara ran over. You know what I'm talking about? He ran over to Josh Warrington. Josh Warrington say he spit on him, man. And so this is what happened. So Josh Warrington says as soon as the fight's waved off, he looks over at me, sees me. I actually thought he was looking over at me in between during the fight. Then you see him go forward and he spat at me. Yeah, I can have a bit of shouting and screaming at each other, but as soon as you spit on me, I'm not having it. He seems to have this thing over the last few years since we were building up to the second fight that I disrespected his family and his dad. I didn't even know his dad was part of his training team, but he's got the stage now where he wants to finish my career. Listen, I'm more than happy to let him have that opportunity. I didn't like his comments about Joshua's dirty with the headbutts. And this is Tony Bellew talking, which Josh was dirty with the head. But he says tonight he was the one with the head clashes. The head clashes came with Leigh Wood 3 times, and they were all heavy, and they were all implemented by Mauricio Lara. I'm not saying Mauricio Lara is a dirty fighter, and I know Josh isn't, but head clashes happen in boxing, and it's kind of the pot calling the kettle tonight. Certainly when you have 2 fighters going forward and Lara goes forward, and sometimes with heads high, that's when it's going to happen. when you're diving in and leaping into the punches, you don't have the time to stop yourself. So heads clash together. Yeah, I got to live with it, using it constantly. So that's what Josh Warrington and Laura and Laura and Bell you had to say. Josh Warrington is saying that he'll fight Mauricio Lara for a third time. What do you think of that whole situation between Warrington and Lara, man?
Man, Warrington. No, listen. I think Warren's a dirty fighter. I really do. I'm sorry. I do. I think he's a dirty fighter, man. For real, man.
Hey, where his power come from with the Kiko Martinez fight, man? Somebody check his gloves, man.
Man, I don't know. I don't
Hey,
know.
he looked like a power puncher in that Kiko Martinez fight. He busted Kiko Martinez ass. Go ahead, man. My bad.
I know. You know, and so Warrington, you know, and Warrington's Warrington. He's gonna talk smack. He's gonna talk smack, and he's kind of like that tough Irish guy, you know, and
Yeah.
and like I say, he's a kind of dirty fighter, and he will talk that ish, you know. So, but Laura, I mean, Laura don't understand English that well, you know. So first of all, I don't even know why you're talking, but still, Laura, you know, I think that will be a good fight. I think Laura will be more durable than Warrington will be. And I think Laura, hey, look, you want to fight? We can fight. You know, we can fight, and I'll fight you right here in your own backyard. You know, just like he did last night with Leigh Woods. You know,
He
so
already knocked Warrington ass out in his backyard. He
yeah,
already beat his ass. Shit.
yeah. You
And
know,
then he was about to beat his ass the second time, and that's why he mad at Warrington, because Warrington start throwing all them damn headbutts and shit.
yes,
Warrington too little. Like Leigh Wood had a shot because he's so big and so long. Warrington about 5'5", no arm reach, no defense, and he got to throw his punches and combinations and outwork you. So he leave himself way more open than Leigh Wood do, and that's why Mauricio Lara whooped his ass the first time, was starting to whoop his ass the second time, and Lara just started lunging in with his head, like doing everything he could to get them to stop that fight, bro.
yeah.
Lara, like Warrington know what'll happen to him, bro. Lara will beat the brakes off that dude, bro.
Yeah.
Again, badly. He'll probably stop him even earlier this fight. If they fight again, but I ain't saying don't make the fight. Shit, make the fight, make the fight, and y'all get y'all money. But it's a horrible matchup for Warrington.
Wow. And you know, and I saw Conley on a film while he was in the hospital after that fight. You know, and he said he'd be back, and you know, of course, everybody they say they'd be back while they land up in the hospital. Yeah. So I think that was a great fight. The first fight, great main event. I think I would love to see that fight again. You know, if they do a rematch. Leigh Woods would he just I don't know, maybe ran out of ideas.
Now they said they did have a rematch clause, OG. They had a rematch clause for Leigh Woods, so he can activate the rematch clause if he wants to.
Okay then. All right then. All right. Let's see it again.
Yeah, he can activate it if he wants to. I think he got like 2 weeks to decide, so we'll know.
Right.
We'll know real quick, or it might be 30 days. I don't know. He got a certain amount of time that he got to let Laura and him know whether or not he wants the rematch. But he had a rematch clause. They talked about that in the ring after the fight.
Oh, okay, good. All right, I would like to see it again. So, but that's all I have on that. That's all I have.
Yeah, man. Me too. All right, man. So real quick, we got a fight announcement. And then we'll get to the Luis Nery fight. Sebastian Fundora is gonna be back in action real soon. As you know, he was supposed to fight Tony Harrison, but Tony Harrison is now fighting Tim Tszyu. But April is getting stacked, man. Sebastian Fundora is fighting Brian Mendoza on the same day that we got the Shakur Stevenson fight. So you're gonna have two great cards that night, which I know you hate, OG, because it's hard for you to call both of them. But he's gonna fight Brian Mendoza on Showtime while Shakur Stevenson is making his lightweight debut over on ESPN. They both going down on the same day, April 8th. So y'all stay tuned for that, man. That's going down. You got anything on Fundora real quick before we get to the fight?
No. You know what? Fundora, you know, him and Tony Harrison, that would have been a great fight. But I think Tony Harrison, and people might think I'm crazy. I think Tony Harrison would, first of all, outbox him.
Mm.
I think Fondor, yeah, he is a tall, but he's not going. Tony Harrison just not going to stand in front of him, like as Erickson did, Lubin did.
Yeah.
He's not going to do that. He's not going to stand in front of him like that. Tony is a got a great ring IQ. He can box and he knows how to pretty much change angles. And he's not going to stand in front of Fondura like that. Fondura is tall, yes. He has a long reach, yes. But can he do? He got great foot movement. Can he get around and use his angles, or can he counterpunch? I mean, see, all that is wrapped into boxing. Just because you got that motor running and you just come on with uppercuts for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, no, that ain't gonna cut it. You're gonna need a little bit more than that. And like Tony Harrison said, quote and unquote, I am a veteran now. I know what to do. I know how to survive. I know how to win. So, and now he's going to prove it with Tim Zoo. So, but that's all I have on that.
Yep,
All right.
yep. All right. So, man, probably the fight of the night, probably the fight of the
You know
year
what?
so far,
Okay,
man. Okay.
before you get to that, let me ask you this question.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
What's
right.
up?
Okay. Now, why and who will make that fight with Zerto and Rosario?
Oh yeah, that's another one that they got announced. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man. Shit, go Oscar De La Hoya. Zerto just lost. He realized he got to put Zerto back on that diet. You know what I'm talking about? That that bum diet. That past the diet. It's either gonna be a dude with a name that we know ain't got no shot because he way past his prime, or it's gonna be
Right,
somebody you ain't never heard of. He going back on. He going back on that shit, man. He ain't. Hey, he back on the Jaime Munguia plan, bro. They
man.
tried to they tried to put him on, you know what I'm saying? They tried. They thought they might have some with Zerto. He big, he strong, he long,
Right,
southpaw and shit. You know,
right,
he back on that diet, man. He back on the Jaime Munguia special, man.
man. Because I know that's just a overmatch and Rosado. I mean, he's a good fighter. He's a gatekeeper now, basically. Like I said last night, no scar tissue. You can touch with your finger, he gonna bleed. He gonna cut. That's just the way he is. I seen him in a fight once before. He got cut. He begged the doctor. He begged the doctor in the corner. Listen, this is my first shot. Please, please. I've been waiting all my life for this. I've been waiting all my life for this. Don't do this. Don't hit the doctor. Say, I can't let you go out there with your head wide open.
You got your
So
head bust to the white meat, you
yeah,
still trying to
yeah,
fight and shit, man. Nah.
they called the fight off, and he just can't win that big one, man. He just can't win the
Yeah.
big one, So I just wanted to ask you about that. That's all.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's Oscar going back to Oscar shit. He like, damn, I tried to let you out there. He gonna do the
Uh-huh.
same. If this Ryan Tank fight get made and Tank sleep Ryan, he gonna do the same thing to Ryan. Ryan gonna go back and you gonna hear Ryan Garcia versus Richard Comey or some shit, man.
What
You know,
knockout? That fight has been made.
that what Tank said. I don't, man. Shit. Oscar said some different shit yesterday, man.
Well,
He
I
said
just
some
said
different.
that they signed everything they need to be signed. Then they sent it over to PBC and they looking everything over and they signed it.
Yeah, he said he hoped that they announce it by Monday. So
Right.
I'm waiting. I'm
Okay.
waiting because they kind of announced the shit already, and then it was kind of announced. Now they talk. I
Right.
don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you know
I'm
what?
just waiting to
Sometimes
see
you
what
just gotta
happened, man.
wait. Sometimes you just gotta wait, and when they announce it, then go ahead on and do what everybody gonna do.
Cause they done did
Sometimes.
like I'd rather be surprised. I'd rather just be pessimistic, OG, and just be and be surprised and be happy. You know what I mean? Than be
Right,
optimistic about some shit and get disappointed. 'Cause I was optimistic all through 2022. Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, it's happening. We gonna get the fight. We finally getting the fight. I was excited all year.
right,
And we didn't get that motherfucker. So 2023, just announced that shit. I'm off on that. I'm not getting optimistic until you give me a date, tell me it's done, and
right,
I'm out of there. Like that's where I'm at with them. So hopefully they saying all the right shit. But I heard them tell me that Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence was agreed to for like 4 months straight. They told me, hey man, they fighting in August, then they fighting in September, then it was October, then it was November. They ran the whole damn calendar down on my ass, man. I'm not falling for that shit no more, man. I
Yeah.
refuse, man. I refuse to
I
fall for
mean,
that
and
bullshit.
you know what? And we starting off to a great year in boxing in 2023, and
It is, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah. It's lit.
and we get that fight, and no, if we get the Earl Spence fight, I mean, we're off to a good start, So
That's what I'm saying. Where the I remember PPC that did the calendars and shit. Where the calendar where they give you all the fights, let you know everybody that's coming up all at once. Where that shit at?
shit, I don't know. They had to
I
wait on
need,
that
I
book.
need that. I need that in my life, man. Where that shit at? But last fight, man, that we got to go over for y'all, man. Luis Nery versus Crazy A. That shit
Woo,
probably fight of the year so far. Probably
man.
fight of the year so far. It was a good fight. It was playing out just how I thought it would play out, and then Luis Nery pulled a left hand out of his ass and changed the whole goddamn fight. Bro, that fight was fire. What you got on that fight, OG?
Man, I call the young man a Zach by his first name. I couldn't
Yeah,
pronounce that
exactly.
last name at all, man.
It's better than
But
me. I call him Crazy A. I call him by his nickname and shit.
oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
And no, Nery, at first he reminded me of Neverett. Okay, the way he was throwing punches from different directions. He was going in there, throwing it left, right, then down to the body and pull out. Once again, throwing to the left, right, body, uppercut and pull out. But then Zach, he wasn't going nowhere. He didn't come to the fight to lay down. He came to fight, and that's what he did. He came to fight, and that's what he did. Now he was backing up Nery. Nery was on the back foot all night, but he was boxing well on the back foot. Now a lot of people are saying, "Hey, look at Nery. Nery like he's running out of gas. Nery like man, he's a broken fighter right now." But what he was doing was he was setting him up. He was setting up Zach. And Zach, he fell for it too. But he fought the southpaw just like you're supposed to fight a southpaw. He fought him with the double right, the triple right, the straight right. That's what he was doing. And he did it very well. And he caught Nery. He caught Nery not once but twice. But Nery pretty much took it and ate it and came back for some more. But the thing about it is, Zach, he pretty much just couldn't take the onslaught. Now, I told everybody, a knockout, yes, that's exciting. But when you get beat down, round after round after round after round, that's exciting too. And that's what Nery was doing. And Nery was landing the left and the right. Now, he ate some too. Zach came back and gave him some too, but Nery was more polished. He was more accurate. And you can see his head popping back. You can see the sweat popping off of him. You can see the face is starting to break up. You can see the big swollen under his right eye. The cut under his right eye. And you didn't see that on Nery because Nery had a great defense. Nery, he know how to use his footwork to get out the way. He know how to go up and down the ropes and get out the way. And that's what he was doing. He spent a Zach around, and a Zach came back. I mean, Nery came back and turned the tables on him and hit him with the left hand. The left hand, I mean, spent the night all night in the stern, right downstairs in the body. That body shot was there all night. Why? Because Zach was sitting there wearing a high guard. He was sitting there with a high guard. So what Nery do? He goes downstairs. Then he mixed it up a little bit. He a southpaw, but he was throwing the right hand and the uppercut, then straight to the body, and then straight to the chest. So he was mixing it up. And Zach, hey, he came alive, baby. He came alive in the later rounds. He came alive in the later rounds, and he hurt Nery. He hurt Nery with one shot. And Nery, but I don't think that Zach knew he was hurt during knockout. I don't think he was hurt.
Yeah.
I don't think he knew he was hurt. But near then he came back, he jumped on him, and then here come Zach. He jumped on him. Then you know what? Both guys said, you know what? They were talking to each other. You know what? Let's go for broke. And they both started trading. And like I say, when you stand in front of another fighter and you start trading hands, you taking a chance. You taking a chance of getting knocked out. So how this fight ended was that Zach pretty much got beat down so bad that he had no more gas in him. He didn't have no more. I mean, he was standing there with both fists, like this and said, come on, and almost fell over, and then no, Nery looked like he didn't want to hit him, and there were a lot of people saying, hey, why he not making a move on him, but he was conserving that energy. And what did he do? He came back with mean three punch combination. And then that's when the referee said, okay, no more. That's it. No,
Mm-hmm.
that's it. So he did the smart thing, and he saved it so he could go ahead and finish it and get it over with. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think that is possibly the best fight I have seen this year so
Yeah,
far.
that one and Teach do a good one in the chat. That fight and Baturbia versus Yard, they going neck and neck right now.
Yeah.
I like this one a little bit better. Maybe that's recency bias or because I just saw it yesterday or
Uh,
last night. But I think this fight it lasted longer, and I thought it was more punches thrown, and it was more even to me. It was
uh,
more back and forth to me in this fight. So I like this fight just a little bit better, just a little bit better than the Yard and Baturbia fight. But I agree with you. I think all that point because the homie Nery came out like a bat out of hell. And so I think all that punishment that Crazy A took early, it kind of took a toll on him, slowed him down just enough to where he couldn't take punches later in the fight like we're used to seeing him take punches. And Nery answered a lot of questions, bro. Like Nery, his issue is gas tank. His issue is once somebody like push him back and like how Brandon Figueroa did and go to his body, he kind of he folds up. And this time he answered all those questions because say what you want, but Crazy A was digging to the body, and them body shots was working like very good later on in that fight. He was taking a lot out of Nery, and Nery dug deep, and he
mhm,
didn't want to have another Brandon Figueroa moment, and he fired back, and he was clearly the harder puncher, which was surprising to me. But he was the harder puncher in there, and he got wiry power, and that left hand he got is dynamite down there at 122. Which I didn't see him carrying his power up to 122, and maybe that's because I just remember the Brandon Figueroa fight, and it just wasn't his night, and Figueroa was probably just a bad matchup for him. But Crazy A tested him in some of the same ways, put pressure on him, relentless to the body, and just kept coming. But Luis Nery was outboxing him the whole fight, and then once he started kind of losing towards the back half of the fight, and Crazy A started getting into it, he caught him with a left hand that changed everything, and Crazy A could never recover. He was trying to work and he was throwing punches, but you could see they was nothing but arm punches. And Nery took another step back, like in the 11th round. I think that's when they stopped. He took another step back through like a 3-4 punch combination, and the ref
mhm.
said, "Nah, I ain't about to watch you get your ass whooped for another minute and a half, bro. That
Yep.
shit it. That shit done." So it is what it is, but I thought it was a great fight. I thought that
Mhm.
it was playing out how the Figueroa fight almost played out, but Luis Nery learned from that. He was able to dig deep, and obviously he had to be in better shape because I didn't see him sit down not one time. He looked tired though, and he looked
Yeah.
like it was taking a lot out of him, and maybe he was just putting on for the crowd and shit. But to
Mhm.
not sit down in a grueling fight like that, I like where he at now. He wants the winner of Fulton and Inouye, and
Mhm.
that's cool. You know what I mean? Do your thing with that left hand. He a live dog in any fight, but he would definitely be a huge underdog against both of those fighters, whoever win
Yeah.
between them. That's really all I got on it, man. I thought it was a great fight. I thought Nery boxed well at the beginning. I thought Crazy A came on late, but then Nery was able to all that money that he deposited in the bank by hurting Crazy A early and catching him so clean early. It paid
Mhm.
dividends because he softened them up real good. And when we sat down on a punch late in the fight, that shit was over with like it never
Wow.
started. But that's all I got, man. Look,
Wow.
we gotta wrap the show for y'all. But OG, man, let them know when you're live. Let them know what you got going on this week, and then I'll give my last words, and we'll get on up out of here, man. But another great show, bro. What you got for the people coming up this week?
Um, 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 Too much. Just a live stream. Keep you up with the latest and the greatest of boxing news. I will be off tomorrow. Okay, you all. Nothing wrong. Just gonna take a day off to relax. Had a long weekend and everything. So, but I'll be back Tuesday, and I'm trying to get an interview this week. I'll let you know once I get it. I'll let you know who I'll be interviewing. So I did talk to Tony Harrison, and of course, I won't get that interview so after the fight. So he promised me that, so we're doing the same what we always do every week, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time. I'll be live Tuesday, this week, starting Tuesday this week,
Yep.
and that's all I have, man.
Yeah, man. And for me, y'all, I'm not gonna be live tomorrow night. It's the wife's birthday. So I'm gonna be doing
Oh,
birthday stuff with the wife tomorrow. So I will not be live tomorrow, but I will be live Wednesday and Thursday this week, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We got a debate this week. We got a debate this
mhm.
Thursday night between Manager Marty and Terrence Best Video. So y'all be sure to come check us out Wednesday and Thursday. We got some fire shows for you. I'll be dropping content every week. We'll be doing prediction videos. We went 4-2 this week, so we got to bounce back and go perfect next week. We was on a great run. We kind of took a slip this week, but we're gonna be right back next week. Hopefully, going undefeated. I gotta get my get back from the fights that I lost this week. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. And we will catch y'all next week, man. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hit the like button on your way out. I appreciate y'all in the super chat that was able to donate today. And we'll catch you next time. OG, appreciate you, man. Go get you some rest. And I'll talk
Yes,
to you
sir.
next
Yes,
week, man.
sir. All right.
All
All
right,
right.
y'all.
Y'all have
Peace
a good
out.
one. All right. Peace.